My beloved child, do not put your phone down. Do not look away, and do not let the distractions of this world pull your gaze from this moment. I have reached through the vastness of the heavens. I have commanded the stars to align, and I have even directed the very algorithms of this digital world to ensure that this voice reaches your ears at this exact second. This is not a coincidence. This is not a random occurrence in your day. This is a divine appointment, a sacred interception designed by my hand. Because I see the storm that is gathering, and I see the weariness that has settled deep within your bones. You have been running on empty, trying to build walls of safety around your life with your own strength. But I am here to tell you that the ground beneath the world is shaking. The false security you have leaned on is dissolving, and I have come to be your only true refuge. Listen closely to my whisper, for if you ignore this message, you may miss the very miracle I have prepared to carry you through the coming darkness. Before I reveal the hidden blessing I am bringing into your life and the shield I am placing over your house, I want you to declare your presence. Do not remain a silent observer in the presence of your Creator. If you are ready to receive what I am about to pour out, if you are ready to step out of the shadows and into my light, type "I am here, Lord," or 7007 in the comments right now. This is your act of faith, a signal to the heavens that you are awake, alert, and standing before the gates of my favor. By speaking these words, you are opening the doors for the supernatural to enter your physical reality. Do not let this moment pass without making your mark, for the chosen one must always answer when the Father calls. I am waiting to see your name, to hear your heart cry out, and to witness the moment you decide that you will no longer walk this path alone. My precious one, as you stand here with me, I invite you to join this family of light, this remnant of believers who have chosen to walk in my truth. If you feel my peace beginning to settle over your heart, take a moment to press the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is not merely a digital action, it is a spiritual agreement. By doing so, you are signaling to the heavens that you agree with my promises and that you are ready to be part of the army I am rising up in these final hours. Pressing that like button is like lighting a candle in a dark room. It tells the enemy that you belong to me and that your house is built upon the rock. Become a permanent part of this sanctuary today so that my word can continue to nourish your soul and guide your steps every single day. We are building a kingdom together, and your presence here is vital to the plan I have set in motion since the beginning of time. You feel a sense of unease lately, don't you? You feel as though the air is heavy with a danger you cannot quite name. I am here to tell you that your intuition is not a mistake. It is my spirit whispering a warning to your soul. The world outside is trembling, and the enemy is prowling, looking for those who are distracted and unprotected. You are not safe yet in the way the world defines safety, for the structures of man are fragile and destined to fall. But I am holding you. I am the wall of fire around you that no weapon can penetrate. You have been trying to protect yourself, losing sleep over finances, over your family, and over your future, but your hands are too small to hold it all. I am calling you to release the burden of being your own savior. The urgency of this message is because the shift is happening now, and I need you to be fully tucked away in the hollow of my hand before the winds grow any stronger. I see the silent battles you fight when the lights go out and the world is quiet. I see the tears you've wiped away so that no one would see your struggle. You have been told to just be strong, but I am telling you that in your weakness my power is made perfect. You are not being punished by the chaos surrounding you. You are being positioned. I have allowed the shaking so that everything that is not of me can be stripped away, leaving only the gold of your character and the strength of your spirit. You are the chosen one, and because you carry my light, the darkness will try to extinguish you, but it cannot and it will not. I am your high tower and your deliverer. Stay with me, keep your eyes fixed on my throne, and do not let go of this connection, for I am about to show you why I have kept you through every fire you have ever walked through. My precious child, I have been watching you in the deep silence of the night during those hours when the rest of the world is surrendered to sleep. But your eyes remain wide, staring into the darkness. I have seen you toss and turn, your mind racing like a river overflowing its banks, trying to solve problems that were never meant for you to carry alone. I see the physical weight that has settled upon your shoulders, a heaviness that makes even the simplest tasks feel like climbing a mountain. I was there when you sat at the edge of your bed this morning, holding your head in your hands, wondering how you would find the strength to face another day. I see the exhaustion that has seeped into your very marrow, a tiredness that sleep cannot seem to fix. You are not just physically weary, your very soul is gasping for air, and I want you to know that I have counted every sigh that has escaped your lips when you thought no one was listening. I see you when you look into the mirror and barely recognize the person staring back at you. I see how you trace the weariness around your eyes and how you try to mask the fatigue with a forced smile for the sake of others. I have noticed the way your hands tremble slightly when the phone rings or when a new bill arrives in the mail, signaling another wave of pressure. I feel the tightness in your chest, that sharp knot of anxiety that makes it hard to take a full, deep breath. You have been holding your breath for so long, waiting for the other shoe to drop, waiting for the next crisis to emerge. I see the electric surge of stress that pulses through your nervous system, keeping you in a constant state of fight or flight, even when you are supposed to be at rest. This physical toll is the price you have paid for trying to be the pillar for everyone else while your own foundation was crumbling. But hear me now. My beloved, I am the great physician, and I am reaching out to touch those places where the pain is most acute. I am placing my hand upon your heart to steady its rhythm. I am breathing my life into your lungs, clearing away the suffocating fog of worry. That tension in your neck and the dull ache in your back, those are the physical manifestations of burdens I never asked you to bear. I am asking you to surrender them to me right now. As you listen to my voice, feel the warmth of my presence beginning to melt away the stiffness in your joints and the heaviness in your spirit. I am restoring the years that the locusts of stress have eaten away. I am renewing your youth like the eagles. You do not have to tough it out anymore. I see your pain, I acknowledge your sacrifice, and I am here to provide the rest that your body and soul so desperately crave. This weariness you feel is not a sign of failure, but a sign that you have been a soldier in a long battle. But even the strongest warriors must return to the tent of the king to be tended to. I am that king, and this is your sanctuary. I am washing away the grit and the grime of the battlefield from your eyes. I am soothing the inflammation of your soul. Do not fear the breakdown, for sometimes a vessel must be emptied of its exhaustion before it can be filled with my supernatural vitality. Rest in the knowledge that I am aware of every cell in your body, every drop of blood, and every firing neuron. I am aligning your physical being with my heavenly peace. You are being reconstructed from the inside out, and the strength I am giving you now will not be a fleeting burst of energy, but a deep, abiding endurance that will carry you into the glorious future I have prepared for you. My beloved, I have seen the hidden wounds in your heart that no bandage can cover. I was there when the person you trusted most, the one you shared your deepest secrets and highest hopes with, turned their back on you. I saw the shock in your eyes and the silent scream in your soul when their words cut deeper than any blade. You have given so much of yourself, your time, your energy, your very essence, only to be met with coldness, ingratitude, or outright betrayal. I watched you sit in your car, unable to move as the weight of their rejection crushed your spirit. You wonder why those you loved the most were the ones who left the deepest scars. You feel as though you are standing on a deserted island surrounded by people who see your face but do not know the agony of your heart. I want you to know that I have collected every tear that fell in that lonely room, and not one of them has been forgotten by my heart. I have seen you try to justify their actions, trying to find excuses for why they treated you with such disregard. You have asked yourself 1,000 times, what did I do wrong? Or why am I not enough? But I am here to tell you that the betrayal you experienced was not a reflection of your worth, but a reflection of their limitation. They could not handle the light you carry. They were intimidated by the greatness I have placed within you. Many have eaten from your table only to bite the hand that fed them, but do not let their bitterness poison your well. I saw you stand alone at the crossroads, watching them walk away, feeling the sting of being misunderstood and undervalued. It is a heavy crown to wear, the crown of the chosen one, for it often comes with the price of being isolated from those who cannot perceive the divine purpose upon your life. Take a moment right now. Close your eyes and take a very deep, slow breath. As you exhale, let out the name of the person who hurt you. Release the grip they have on your peace. I am moving into those empty, hollow spaces in your chest right now. I am filling the void left by their absence with a love that is unconditional, unchanging, and unshakable. You have been looking for validation from broken people who could never give you what you need, but I am the source. I am the friend who sticks closer than any brother, the father who will never leave you, and the protector who stands between you and the arrows of malice. Feel my warmth surrounding you like a thick golden cloak. You are not alone in this battle. I am standing right beside you, and I am the one who will vindicate your name. I have allowed this season of isolation because I am separating you for a higher calling. Those who left your side were not equipped to go where I am taking you. Their departure was my protection in disguise. If they had stayed, they would have hindered your flight or poisoned your harvest. I am clearing your circle so that I can be the primary influence in your life. Do not mourn the loss of those who were only meant to be a chapter in your story, not the whole book. I am bringing new people into your life, divine connections, brothers and sisters of the Spirit who will celebrate your light instead of trying to dim it. The rejection of man is often the redirection of God. Stand tall. My child, for your value is not determined by who stayed or who left, but by the fact that I have called you mine, and I will never let you go. My beloved, I see you standing in the midst of the marketplace, feeling the ground tremble beneath your feet. I see you looking at your bank account with a heavy heart, watching the numbers as if they were sand slipping through an hourglass. I see the anxiety that grips you when you think about the bills, the rent, and the mounting responsibilities that never seem to end. You have worked so hard, pouring your sweat and your tears into your career and your projects. Yet you feel as though you are running in place, or worse, falling behind. I have watched you sit at your desk late at night, your eyes burning from the glow of the screen, wondering if all your effort will ever lead to the security you so desperately crave. You feel as though you are walking a tightrope in the middle of a great storm, with the wind threatening to knock you off at any moment. I want you to know that I am the one holding the rope, and I will not let you fall. I have seen the frustration in your soul when doors that should have opened remained shut, and when opportunities you prayed for were given to others who seemed less deserving. I saw you when you had to swallow your pride and hide your struggle from the world, pretending that everything was fine while your inner tower was swaying. You feel the pressure of a world that demands more than you can give, a world that measures your worth by your output and your status. But I do not see you as a number or a title. I see you as my child, and I know exactly what you need before you even ask. The shaking you feel right now is not meant to bring your life crashing down. It is meant to shake off the dependencies that have kept you tied to the systems of man. I am stripping away the false foundation so that you can finally stand on the solid rock of my divine provision. Before I reveal the secret to the abundance I am preparing for you, I want you to make a choice of faith. Join this family of believers and press the like button right now to signal your agreement with the wealth of heaven. Subscribe to this sanctuary so that I may walk with you through every valley and every mountain of your career. By doing this, you are telling the universe that you no longer look to the world for your supply, but you look to me, the creator of all things. This is your commitment to my provision, an act that opens the storehouses of my grace. Do not let the spirit of lack keep you silent. Let your actions today be the seed that grows into a harvest you cannot even imagine. I am calling you to be part of something greater than your own survival. Do not be terrified by the crumbling of the old structures in your life. When a tower shakes, it is often because the ground it was built on was never meant to support your destiny. I am the architect of your life, and I am clearing the site for a masterpiece. You worry about the lack, but I am the God of the overflow. I am the one who multiplied the loaves and the fish, and I am the one who can make a way where there is no way. Your job is not your source. I am your source. Your boss is not your provider. I am your provider. Stop stressing about the how and start trusting in the who. I have already set in motion a divine realignment that will bring resources to your door from places you haven't even looked yet. The pressure you feel is the birth pangs of a new level of prosperity that is not just for your comfort but for the advancement of my kingdom. You are being trained to handle the weight of a great blessing. If I gave you the mountain of gold you asked for while your heart was still full of fear, the gold would crush you. I am strengthening your spirit and building your character through this season of uncertainty. I am teaching you to hear my voice in the silence of the lack so that when the abundance comes, you will know exactly who gave it to you. You are not losing. You are being refined. You are not failing. You are being recalibrated. Breathe deeply and let the panic leave your body. I am the King of Kings and you are the heir to my kingdom. No economic crisis, no corporate restructuring, and no worldly debt can stop the flow of my favor toward you once you align your heart with my will. Your tower may be shaking, but my hand is steady and I am holding you. My child, you ask me in the quiet of your heart why the world feels so hostile, why you feel a constant sense of spiritual friction as you move through your day. You feel as though you are walking through a field of invisible thorns and you wonder why the peace I promised feels so far away. I am here to tell you the truth. You are not safe yet in the physical world because you are currently on a battlefield. There is an invisible war raging around you, a clash between light and shadow that your eyes cannot see but your soul feels acutely. You are not imagining the pressure, it is real. The reason you feel so vulnerable is not that I have left you, but because you have been called to the front lines. You carry a frequency of heaven that the world does not understand, and it reacts to you with resistance. This is the weight of being the chosen one to be in the world, but not of it means you will always feel the friction of two opposing kingdoms colliding. You are moving against the current of this world, and that is why you feel the rush of the water trying to pull you under. You must understand that the enemy does not waste his arrows on those who are no threat to his kingdom. If your life was ordinary, if your spirit was dim, the darkness would leave you in peace. But your light is blinding. Every time you choose kindness, every time you pray through your pain, and every time you stand up after being knocked down, you send a shockwave through the spiritual realm. The attacks you are facing, the sudden obstacles, the whispers of doubt, the unexplained exhaustion are not signs of your weakness, but evidence of your power. I do not give big assignments to small people. You are being targeted because you carry a seed of greatness that has the potential to break generational chains and light up the darkness for others. The not safe feeling you have is the spiritual alarm alerting you that you are trespassing on the enemy's territory to reclaim what was stolen. Do not be intimidated by the noise of the battle, for the noise only proves that the enemy is terrified of what you are becoming and where I am taking you. I have allowed you to feel this tension, this sense of being not safe, because I am training you to rely on my supernatural armor rather than your own skin. If the world were comfortable, you would never learn to wield the sword of my word or the shield of faith. You are in a season of intense spiritual development. Think of it as a divine pressure cooker. The heat is high not to consume you, but to accelerate your transformation. My silence during these moments is not abandonment. It is a test of what you have learned in the light. I am watching you not as a distant judge, but as a proud father watching his child learn to walk in a storm. You are becoming fireproof. I often take my chosen ones through the fire rather than delivering them from it, because I want you to know that the fire has no power over you when I am standing in it with you. You are learning that your safety does not come from the absence of danger, but from the presence of my spirit within the danger. The reason you are not safe in the eyes of the world is that I am detaching you from the world's false sense of security. I am teaching you that money can fail, people can leave, and health can waver, but my kingdom is unshakable. You are being stripped of your earthly dependencies so that you can be clothed in my divine authority. The enemy wants you to think you are being punished, but I tell you that you are being prepared. This instability is the foundation of your future strength. Every time you feel the darkness closing in, I want you to remember that I am the one who limits the reach of the shadows. They can roar, but they cannot bite. They can threaten, but they cannot destroy the destiny I have written for you. You are not safe yet because the work is not yet finished, but you are absolutely held because I am the Alpha and the Omega, and I never lose what belongs to me. My precious one, I know you have looked up at the heavens through a veil of tears, asking the question that has echoed through the ages. Why me? Why this trial? And why now? You have felt as though you were being singled out for hardship, as if the universe had conspired to test the very limits of your endurance. But I am here to whisper a secret into your soul, a secret that will change how you view every storm you have ever faced. I have allowed the winds to howl and the waves to crash, not because I have forgotten you, and certainly not to drown you. I have allowed these trials because they are the divine tools of separation. Just as a master sculptor must chip away at the marble to reveal the masterpiece within, I am using these difficulties to strip away the layers of your life that no longer serve the high calling I have placed upon you. The people who walked away, the doors that slammed shut, and the comforts that were removed were often the very things that were anchoring you to a version of yourself that was too small for the destiny I am unfolding. You must understand that the waiting room of your life is not a prison. It is a construction site. I am doing a work in the deep, dark soil of your spirit that could never be accomplished in the sunshine of easy days. Think of the grain of wheat that must fall into the earth and die before it can produce a harvest. You have felt like you were dying, like your dreams were being buried under the weight of disappointment. But you were not being buried. You were being planted. I have allowed the pressure of this season to crush the outer shell of your ego, your fear, and your self-reliance, so that the true life within you, the life of my spirit, can finally break through the surface. You are not breaking down. You are breaking open. The secret of the trial is that it is the only way to produce the maturity and the character required to handle the magnitude of the blessing that is coming. A small vessel cannot hold an ocean, and I am enlarging your capacity through the very things that you thought were meant to destroy you. I saw you when you felt like giving up, when the discouragement test seemed too hard to pass. I saw the moments you compared your life to others, wondering why their path seemed so smooth while yours was filled with boulders. But I do not give the same training to the foot soldier that I give to the general. You are being trained for a level of authority that requires a heart that has been refined in the fire. I am making you fireproof. Every time you chose to trust me despite the lack of evidence, every time you spoke words of faith. While your heart was heavy, you were passing an entrance exam for a higher level of my glory. Suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character. This is the divine sequence that leads to a hope that will never disappoint. You are becoming a person of substance, a person whose roots go deep into the bedrock of my word, so that when the great blessings arrive, you will have the strong shoulders necessary to carry their weight without being crushed. Yielding to this process may feel like weakness, but in my kingdom it is the highest form of strength. It is a posture of the heart that says, Holy Spirit, I am not in charge. You are. When you stop fighting the process and start trusting the processor, the trial loses its power to hurt you and begins its power to help you. I am using the very attacks of the enemy as a gym to build your spiritual muscles. What was meant for your evil, I am systematically turning for your good. The secret is that the trial is actually a sign of my favor. I only prune the branches that are capable of bearing much fruit. If you were not a threat to the darkness, if you did not have a world-changing purpose, the trials would not be this intense. Stand firm, my chosen one, for the season of being hidden and tested is coming to an end, and you will emerge not as the person who entered the storm, but as a warrior clothed in a light that nothing can dim. My child, come closer and let the echoes of the ancient truth settle into your spirit. The words I spoke thousands of years ago are not dead ink on a page. They are living, breathing declarations of my power over your current situation. You have been watching the world around you crumble, seeing people you thought were strong succumb to the pressures of the age. You see the headlines, the economic collapses, and the rising tides of fear, and you wonder if you will be the next one to fall. But I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. My promises do not have an expiration date, and my protection does not waver based on the state of the world. I am the potter and you are the clay. I have molded you to withstand the heat that is melting others. Lean into the ancient pillars of my truth, for they are the only things that will remain standing when the dust of this era finally settles. Look around you with the eyes of the Spirit, not the eyes of the flesh. 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 may fall at your right hand. But I promise you this, the disaster will not come near you. It may touch the hem of your garment, it may roar at your doorstep, but it cannot enter the sanctuary of my presence where you dwell. You are hidden in the secret place of the Most High. While others are being swept away by the currents of anxiety and lack, you will find yourself standing on dry ground. I have placed a hedge of protection around your house that the enemy cannot see but most certainly feels. You are not lucky. You are favored. You are not a survivor. You are a conqueror because I have decreed that your life is a testament to my faithfulness. When others ask how you are still standing, you will tell them it is because the King of Glory is your shield and your exceeding great reward. This is the moment to seal this divine promise over your life. Do not let these words just wash over you. Anchor them into your reality. If you believe that my shield is around you right now, take a second to like this video and subscribe to this channel. This is your way of telling the spiritual realm that you have chosen your side, that you have placed your life under my banner of protection. By joining this family, you are coming into agreement with thousands of other souls who are being held by my hand. Like and subscribe as an act of spiritual defiance against the fear that has tried to paralyze you. It is a signal to the heavens that you are ready for the next level of revelation. Do not hesitate, for when you acknowledge my works, I multiply my miracles in your life. My word is a shield to those who take refuge in it. When I say you are protected, the stars themselves must align to ensure your safety. I am the commander of the heavenly hosts, and I have given my angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways. You do not need to look over your shoulder with dread, for the one who keeps you neither slumbers nor sleeps. I have seen the traps laid in the dark, the schemes designed to trip your feet and steal your peace, but I have already dismantled them. The fire that was meant to consume you is being turned into a furnace that refines you. You are fireproof because I am the fourth man in the fire with you. Trust in the authority of my ancient promises, for they are the bedrock upon which your new life is being built. You are being prepared for a manifestation of my power that the world has rarely seen. The trials were the weights that built the muscle, and the ancient word is the breath that sustains you. Now I want to take you deeper. I want you to feel the physical weight of my hand upon your life. I am not a distant God watching from a far-off throne. I am intimately involved in the mechanics of your existence. You are moving from a season of hearing about my protection to a season of experiencing my absolute dominion. Prepare your heart, for as we move forward, the shift in your circumstances will become so undeniable that even your enemies will have to admit that I am with you. My beloved child, I want you to close your eyes for a moment and take a deep, purposeful breath. Feel the air as it enters your lungs, that is my breath given to you as a gift of life every single second. As you exhale, I want you to imagine the weight of the world falling off your shoulders and landing in my open palms. You have spent so long trying to be the foundation of your own life, trying to hold up the walls of your family, your career, and your sanity with your own two hands. But your hands were never meant to carry the weight of the universe. Look at my hands, the hands that carved the canyons, that stretched out the heavens like a curtain, and that knit you together in your mother's womb. These are the hands that are currently beneath you, around you, and over you. I am the unshakable foundation that remains when the storms of life have washed away the sand. You are not standing on your own merit or your own strength. You are standing on the palm of the Almighty, and I do not tremble when the earth shakes. I am holding your heart in this very moment. I see every crack where you have been hurt, every scar where you have been betrayed, and every tender spot that you hide from the world. I am holding your heart, and I am stitching the pieces back together with threads of my grace. I am holding your mind, smoothing out the jagged thoughts of worry and the frantic whispers of what if. I am holding your future, which you view through a glass darkly, but which I see in perfect radiant clarity. I am holding your children and your loved ones, even those who have strayed far from the path. My reach is longer than their rebellion. I am holding your finances, which seem like a drought to you, but are merely a seedbed to me. I am holding your reputation, which others have tried to tarnish, but which I have already vindicated in the halls of heaven. There is nothing in your life that is currently loose or lost, for everything that concerns you is firmly gripped in my sovereign hand. Do you not realize that even when you feel like you are falling, you are simply falling into my purpose? You have been terrified of breaking, but in my hands you are only becoming. When a vessel is in the hands of the master potter, even the pressure is an act of love. If I let go of the pressure, you would lose your shape. If I let go of the heat, you would never be made permanent. You have felt the squeeze of life lately, and you thought it was the enemy trying to crush you. But it was actually my hand protecting you from expanding in the wrong direction. I am refining your edges. I am smoothing your surface. I am making you a container that can hold the new wine of the Spirit without bursting. You don't have to fear the falling, for I am the net that catches you. You don't have to fear the dark, for the palm of my hand is where the light begins. Stop stressing and begin to truly live. I am here. I am alive. I am active in the details of your Tuesday mornings and your Friday nights. I am not a distant memory or a silent observer. I am the very energy that sustains your heartbeat. When you realize that the King of all creation is personally invested in your success, the fear of man begins to melt away. Why should you tremble at the opinions of people who are but a breath when the one who commands the lightning calls you his own? Come into agreement with my perspective. I say you are forgiven. Do not agree with the guilt that tries to haunt you. I say you are well supplied. Do not agree with the lack that stares you in the face. I say you are protected. Do not agree with the terror of the night. My hand is the only reality that matters, and today that hand is reaching out to lift you higher than you have ever been. My beloved, listen to the ticking of the clock, not with anxiety, but with the mounting excitement of a soul that knows its liberation is at hand. I am whispering into the atmosphere around you right now, and I am declaring that the next 24 hours are not merely another day in the calendar of your life, but a divine window of transition. For months you have felt as though the heavens were made of brass, as if your prayers were hitting a ceiling and falling back to earth. You have waited and wondered if I had heard your cry. But I tell you, the answer was dispatched the very moment you first kneeled, and it has been fighting its way through the second heaven to reach you. Now the path is clear. The resistance has been broken. Within the next cycle of the sun, you will feel a shift in the spiritual atmosphere of your home. A heaviness you have carried for years will suddenly lift, replaced by a peace that defies logic. This is the moment where my suddenly meets your finally. Keep your eyes open for the signs I am placing along your path, for I speak in ways the world calls coincidence. But you will know as my signature. In the next 24 hours, pay attention when you see repeating numbers. The 1111, the 777, or the 1212 appearing on your screens and in your surroundings. These are not mere digits. They are my digital heartbeat, a signal that you are in perfect alignment with my timing. Watch for a phone call from a name you haven't seen in a long time, or an email that contains a sentence you've been waiting to hear for years. I am moving the hearts of kings and the minds of strangers to act in your favor. Someone is thinking of you right now, moved by my spirit to offer you a hand, a resource, or an apology. Do not dismiss these moments as luck. They are the gears of my providence clicking into place to bring about the breakthrough you thought was impossible. I am working behind the scenes to settle accounts that you thought were lost forever. In this 24-hour window, I am realigning your financial landscape and your professional standing. You may receive news of a debt being canceled, a project being approved, or a breakthrough in a legal matter that has been stagnant. I am doing this now because you have passed the discouragement test. You stayed faithful when you were hidden. You stayed kind when you were mistreated. Now the season of being hidden is over. I am bringing you into the light. This shift is not just about your comfort, it is about my glory. When the breakthrough comes, it will be so sudden and so complete that those who doubted you will have to admit that only the hand of God could have done this. You are about to move from the waiting room to the throne room, and the transition will be swifter than you can imagine. Do not allow doubt to steal this expectation from your heart in the final hours. The enemy often sends his loudest whispers of it will never happen just before the sun rises on your miracle. When you feel that last-minute urge to give up or to complain about the delay, remember that I am the God of the 11th hour. I often wait until the odds are entirely against you, so that when I bring you out, the miracle is undeniable. If I had delivered you when you first asked, you might have credited your own strength or someone else's help. But now, when this shift occurs, you will know beyond a shadow of a doubt that I am the Lord your God. Breathe in my confidence right now. Declare that your breakthrough is not just coming, but that it has already arrived in the Spirit. Your words are seeds. Speak of the shift as if it is already visible, and watch as your physical reality bends to match my divine decree. As this shift begins to manifest, I want you to anchor your heart in a state of radical gratitude. Before you see the full evidence in your bank account or your body thank me for it, type "I believe" in the comments to anchor this shift into your physical world. This is your moment of agreement. When you affirm your faith publicly, you are shutting the door on the spirit of doubt and opening the window for the floodgates of heaven. Do not be silent while the angels are working on your behalf. Let your amen be the final seal on this prophecy. You have been in the fire long enough. The next 24 hours are the beginning of your cool, refreshing season of harvest. Stay alert, stay prayerful, and stay in expectation, for the one who promised is faithful, and I am already moving. My beloved, I have seen the ledgers of your life, and I have noted every entry where the enemy has tried to steal, kill, and destroy. I have seen the years that the locusts have eaten, the years of your youth spent in sorrow, the years of your career stolen by injustice, and the years of your health drained by stress and sickness. You have looked at the empty spaces in your life, the missing pieces of your heart, and the gaps in your bank account, feeling a profound sense of too late. But I am the Lord of the harvest, and I am the master of time. I am stepping into your timeline right now to perform a work of restoration that defies human mathematics. In my kingdom, subtraction is merely the preparation for a greater multiplication. I am not just going to give you back what you lost. I am going to give it back with interest, with wisdom, and with a glory that far outshines your former days. The tears you sowed in the dark seasons are about to sprout into a harvest of joy that you will not have room enough to receive. Hear my decree over your life today. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. These are not empty words. They are the ironclad laws of my universe. When I say I will help you, the resources of 1,000 galaxies are mobilized on your behalf. When I say I will uphold you, it means that even if the ground beneath you turns to water, you will walk upon it. I am reaching into the past to redeem the moments you thought were wasted. I am reaching into your body to restore the vitality that was stolen by grief and exhaustion. I am reaching into your reputation to clear away the lies and the slanders that have clouded your name. I am your vindicator, and my righteous right hand is now moving to set the record straight and return to you double for every trouble you have endured. I saw you when you sat in the ruins of your dreams, wondering if you would ever see a bright day again. I saw the bank statements that made your heart sink, and I saw the medical reports that brought a chill to your bones. But I am the God who brings dead things back to life. I am restoring your joy not as a fleeting emotion, but as an unshakable strength. I am restoring your finances, opening windows in heaven to pour out a blessing that your enemies cannot block. I am restoring your relationships, turning the hearts of those who walked away, or bringing new divine connections that will honor the person you have become. You are not behind in life. You are being accelerated. The time you thought you lost was actually the time I used to build the character necessary to sustain the massive restoration that is now manifesting. You are moving from a state of lack to a state of more than enough, for I am El Shaddai, the God of the overflow. Take a deep breath and feel the restoration beginning in your spirit right now. The bitterness of the past is being washed away by the sweetness of my promise. I am the God of the second chance, the third chance, and the ultimate comeback. Your story does not end in the valley of loss. It ends on the mountain of victory. The very things the enemy used to try to break you are the things I am using to build your platform. You will look back on this season not with pain, but with wonder at how I turned your mourning into dancing. I am placing a new song in your mouth, a song of praise to the one who restores the soul and heals the brokenhearted. Stand tall, my chosen one, for the season of being robbed is officially over and the season of divine repayment has begun. Everything that was taken from you is finding its way back to you, transformed and multiplied by my love. My beloved, I want you to take a moment and visualize a great swirling hurricane. See the winds whipping at incredible speeds, the debris flying through the air and the dark clouds blotting out the sun. Now look at the very center, the eye of the storm. There the air is perfectly still. The sun is shining and there is a silence that defies the chaos only a few miles away. This is where I have placed you. The world around you may be screaming in panic, the economy may be trembling, and the people in your life may be caught in a whirlwind of fear, but you are tucked away in the eye of my grace. I am giving you a supernatural peace that does not make sense to the human mind. It is a peace that passes all understanding, a quiet confidence that remains unshaken even when the mountains are falling into the heart of the sea. You are not just surviving the storm. You are the calmest person in it because you know the one who can rebuke the wind and the waves with a single word. I am preparing a magnificent banquet table for you right now, and I am setting it in the very presence of your enemies. I want you to see this scene clearly in your spirit. Those who mocked you, those who said you would never amount to anything, and those who tried to sabotage your progress, they are being forced to stand on the sidelines and watch as I pour my favor upon your head. They will watch as you sit and rest, enjoying the finest of my provisions while they are still exhausted from their own striving. Your cup is not just full. It is overflowing, spilling over with joy, with health, and with resources that you did not have to beg for. You don't have to defend yourself anymore. You don't have to fight for a seat at the table. I have personally pulled out the chair for you, and my banner over you is love. Feel the dopamine of heaven flooding your soul as you realize that your struggle is over and your season of being celebrated has begun. The days of backbreaking toil and constant worry are fading into the past. I am bringing you into a season of easy yoke and light burden. You have spent years planting in tears, working 2 jobs, or carrying the emotional weight of an entire family, but now I am commanding the blessings to chase you down and overtake you. You will find that opportunities will come looking for you. Resources will manifest without you having to struggle. It is the law of the Spirit. When you seek my kingdom first, everything else is added to you as a gift. Imagine waking up with a smile, knowing that your needs are already met and your future is secure. This is not a dream. This is the reality of the chosen one who has learned to rest in my sovereignty. You are moving from the grind to the glory, from the sweat of your brow to the sweetness of my grace. Close your eyes and breathe in this peace. It is a physical weight, a golden light that is filling every room in your house. The noise of the world is getting quieter and my voice is getting louder. I am telling you that you are safe. I am telling you that you are loved. I am telling you that the worst is behind you. You have stood firm when others ran, and now you will inherit the peace that others can only dream of. This peace is your weapon. It is what makes you untouchable. When the enemy sees you resting in the middle of a crisis, he realizes he has no power over you. Maintain this posture of rest, for it is in the stillness that my greatest miracles are performed. You are the eye of the storm, a beacon of my tranquility in a restless world, and I am well pleased with the faith you have shown. My beloved child, look at yourself through my eyes and see the transformation that has taken place. You have emerged from the cave of testing not just as a survivor who barely escaped with their life, but as a conqueror clothed in a glory that was forged in the deepest darkness. You often wondered why the path was so steep, why the fire was so hot, and why you had to endure the silence of the heavens for so long. It was because I was preparing you for a throne, not just a seat. I was preparing you for a crown of authority that would have crushed the person you were before the storm began. You were not saved merely so you could hide in my safety and enjoy the peace of my presence in isolation. You were saved to become a living sanctuary for a world that is falling apart. I have chosen you to be a pioneer, one who breaks the path through the thickets of despair so that those coming after you can walk in freedom. Your scars are no longer signs of shame. They are your credentials, your divine evidence that the God you serve is a restorer of all things. I am giving you a new mandate, a mission that is far greater than your own personal comfort or survival. I am appointing you as a lighthouse in an age where the world is rapidly losing its way. There are thousands of souls who are currently exactly where you used to be, lost in the dark, drowning in debt, suffocating under the weight of betrayal, and wondering if life is worth living. They will look at you and they will see the glow of my glory upon your face, and they will ask, "How did you make it through the fire without being burned?" And in that moment you will open your mouth and my words will flow out of you like a river of living water. You are becoming a bridge builder, a chain breaker, and a hope bringer. This is why I could not let you fall. This is why I protected you with such ferocity when the enemy tried to take you out. You carry a specific frequency of my spirit that the world desperately needs. And I am now activating the spiritual authority I have invested in you during your hidden years of struggle. Do not be intimidated by the weight of this responsibility, for I do not call the equipped, I equip the called. I am placing a mantle of leadership upon your shoulders that will feel surprisingly light, because I am the one who is actually carrying the true weight of the work. You will find that when you speak, people will listen with a sudden hunger for the truth. When you pray, the heavens will move with a speed you have never seen before. When you reach out your hand to help another, my healing power will flow through your fingers as if they were my own. You are officially moving from a victim mentality to a victor reality. You are no longer defined by the trauma that happened to you. You are defined by the triumph I am manifesting through you. Your new mission is to occupy the territory that the enemy has held for generations in your family line. You are the one I have chosen to take it all back. As you step into this new level of authority, always remember that your strength is found in your intimacy with me. The greater the mission, the deeper you must dwell in the secret place of my presence. You are a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a person set apart for my specific high-level purposes. The abundance and the peace I am pouring into your life right now are simply the fuel for this mission. I am blessing you so that you can be a massive blessing to the broken. I am healing you so that you can be a catalyst for the healing of others. I am prospering you so that you can fund the dreams of the oppressed and the forgotten. Go forth with your head held high and your heart full of courage, for the King of Glory is your commander, and the entire host of heaven is your escort. This is the hour of your manifestation, the moment the universe has been waiting for, and I am honored to call you my victor. My beloved child, we have reached the moment of the final sealing. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the ending, and I tell you today that what I have started in your life I will surely bring to a glorious completion. You have listened to my warnings, you have felt my healing touch, and you have received my promises of restoration. Now I am placing my divine signet ring upon your spirit, marking you as my own property that the enemy cannot touch. You may not be safe according to the fading structures of this world, but you are absolutely eternally safe within the hollow of my hand. The world may continue to shake and the shadows may continue to roar, but they can no longer reach the sanctuary of your soul. I have placed a boundary around your life that the darkness is forbidden to cross. Go to sleep tonight with a deep smile in your heart, for I have commissioned a legion of heavenly angels to stand guard over your home. They are standing at your doors and your windows, swords drawn, ensuring that my peace remains undisturbed within your walls. This is the moment to finalize your covenant with me and to lock these blessings into your physical reality so that they cannot be stolen or delayed. Do not remain silent as we close this sacred encounter. I want you to seal this prophecy over your life and your family right now. Type "I am safe in his hands" or "Amen" in the comments to anchor this shield of protection into the fabric of your future. By doing this, you are making a public declaration to both the heavens and the earth that you trust in my sovereignty above all else. This is your act of spiritual closing, the final amen that sets the wheels of my miracle in motion. Do not let the enemy whisper doubt in these final seconds. Speak your faith boldly and watch as the atmosphere around you begins to shift to accommodate the glory I am pouring out upon you. As you step forward into this new chapter of your life, I invite you to remain firmly planted in this sanctuary of light. If this message has brought you the peace you have been searching for, press the like button and subscribe to this channel as your final act of agreement. By joining this family of the chosen, you are ensuring that my voice remains a constant lamp unto your feet and a light unto your path. Do not walk back into the darkness alone. Stay connected to the source of your strength. Share this message with 3 souls who are currently lost in their own storms, for when you become a conduit of my grace for others, I multiply the blessings in your own life. You are a vessel of my light, and as you spread this word, you are expanding the borders of my kingdom on earth. Rest now, my precious one, and breathe in the certainty of my love. You have been refined, you have been tested, and you have been found faithful. The weight you felt at the beginning of this message is being replaced by the wings of my spirit. But know this is only the beginning of the revelations I have for you. There is a great secret regarding your celestial lineage, a truth about the royal blood that flows through your spiritual veins which I have yet to reveal. You are not who the world says you are. You are part of a divine dynasty that predates the stars. In our next conversation, I will pull back the veil on your true identity and the inheritance that has been reserved for you since the foundations of the world. I love you with an everlasting love, and I am holding you now and forevermore. It is done. It is finished. Peace be with you.